Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of the Puerto Rico Skyview channel. My name is Emmanuel Santiago, and today we're gonna be talking about the R7 and R10 cameras. Now, these cameras, if you know me personally, you know that I don't really like these cameras. I'm not a huge fan of these two cameras per se. To give you a little bit of a background, I've been shooting since the 80D. The 80D, I love that camera. It is a 24 megapixel sensor, APS-C, and I found out that the quality given for the projects at the time was perfect. That 1080p from that camera was very solid. Now, after the 80D, I found out that APS-C cameras did suffer from low noise, low performance in that matter, and low dynamic range. So I changed it up a little bit into a 6D Mark II. Then I went to the 5D Mark IV, and after I was hating the 8-bit codecs on the 5D Mark IV, I made myself up and went straight for the EOS R. The EOS R, I find that it is quite a remarkable camera even for 2022. Okay, so before we begin this massacre, I'm just kidding. Before we begin this video, I would like to thank all of my subscribers for the support and your comments. Right now, I am testing a brand new microphone, so I would like you guys to let me know if this video sounds better in quality, because I have a really long cable to see if I can have a little bit of more freedom when framing my shots. So guys, let's begin with this review. Okay guys, to begin with this review, I would like to start with the pros, because yeah, I have a cons list and it's pretty huge. So the first camera that I'm gonna talk about is the R10. What pros does that camera have? Well, the R10 has a 24 megapixel sensor, an APS-C sensor, but it's capable of 4K 60 and 30 frames per second on burst mode. Now, the burst mode is only 2 seconds. That's unfortunate, but at least you have that feature. I am really liking that Canon is giving us the option to do amazing things with our equipment, even though it has a certain type of restriction. But hey, 30 frames per second on an APS-C beginner's camera, it's just mind-blowing. Another pro that R10 has is that it has that Digic X processor shared with the EOS R3, R5, R6. All of the newer cameras seem to be getting this Digic X processor, which is very capable of handling even the most heavy of workloads. And I've been using it myself on my R5. I've seen what I can do in the R5C and even the R3, which is an awesome camera. Okay, so now let's mix it up a little and talk a little bit about the R7. The R7, if you haven't seen it, it's a 32 megapixel camera. It shoots 4K 60 and it has burst capabilities, more burst capability than the EOS R10. It does shoot 15 frames per second on photo mode on bursts, and it has the ability to shoot a little bit more with that 30 frame per second speed that the R10 has. Now, there's a significant pro to the R7, and it is that it accepts the regular batteries that you would use on an R5, R6, the LPE 6NH, and the R10, it uses a little battery which might not give you the same battery life. It might be lighter for travel, but it will not give you the same battery lives as this battle-proven batteries from Canon that seem to handle stress really well. Okay guys, so I finished up with the pros. It was a really short list of pros this time around, but yeah, I really have to talk about the things that I think that can be improved on these cameras moving forward. The first one is not really an obvious one, but it's due to the fact that these cameras are using the same Digic X processor as the EOS R5, EOS R3, and other cameras. And what I mean by this is that due to the fact that these cameras use that exact same sensor, it means that Canon will be dividing production of this sensor into APS-C cameras, the EOS R5, EOS R6, and EOS R3 cameras, and it will slow production even more. That's my take on that part of this APS-C cameras gaining that DigiX processor. My thoughts are that they will create shortages for the pro models, and this beginners cameras will be gaining some awesome features due to the fact that they have that DigiX processor. But come on, we have been waiting for our gear for a long time, Canon, and I think that you want to keep pushing the mirrorless world even further, but I think that this will only create more shortages. Okay, so number 2 on my con list is the crop factors that these cameras have, because they tell you, oh yeah, we shoot 4K 60, we shoot 10-bit video, but it comes at a real cost of an additional crop, and this time around it's an additional 1.81 sensor crop when you are shooting in 4K 60. And it's really a sad thing, because you already have a 1.6 or 1.7 crop, APS-C crop, and then you're cropping another 1.81. It's terrible, because it will limit your creativity, and you will need really wide glass to take advantage or to even film in those formats. If you take a look at this video posted on Instagram, you can see the tiny little sensor, and on my opinion, that sensor for shooting 4K 60, for shooting that type of video, it may have some of the worst rolling shutter ever, because 32 megapixels on that APS-C tiny sensor, all crammed up, all of that data has to be processed, and yeah, it is gonna be line skipped. And the R7, which is the most pro APS-C camera from Canon, $1,500. Yes, you heard it right, $1,500, and almost $2,000 if you want a good kit lens. It's unbelievable that they are selling these cameras for so much money if they're aiming for beginners. Now, what I would recommend to beginners is, please take a look at the used market, because you can find full frame cameras like the EOS R that are incredible, incredibly packed with features. They are great cameras, and you can find them now at $1,100, $1,200, and I myself have bought a bunch of these cameras. They never fail, they are easy to resale, they hold their value, and I don't know why, but it is fairly lower in price than the 5D Mark IV, and it is a better camera than the 5D Mark IV. It is contradicting in itself, but it's beneficial to us pro photography or prosumer shooters out there. Okay guys, so now the last con for these two cameras, surprisingly, is their kit lenses. Their kit lenses, they are just ridiculous. Giving you 3.5 of an aperture on an APS-C size sensor, it won't give you autofocus backgrounds. Not even if you like, you'll have to be so close with your subject to produce a little bit of that background blur that we photographers, you know, like so much, because it's something that separates us from a smartphone. Let's say the depth of field that you get from a camera is genuinely better than in a smartphone that it has to calculate, and you will still have like a blurry edge, and it's not professional at all. And yeah, we are gaining lenses with 3.5 of an aperture on these APS-C lens cameras. I don't understand, and I think that they are a waste of resources that they could be putting in to better equipment, or to better equip and inspire new and upcoming content creators. But yeah, I don't know how that meeting went at Canon headquarters, but yeah, it was not beneficial to us content creators. Well guys, I am sorry for the rant. I told you at the beginning of the video that the pros are very short and the cons were were a very big part of this video. And well, I hope that you guys find value in my other videos as well, because I have been pumping up RF glass reviews and camera reviews for the past months, and I really appreciate the support that you, my subscribers, have given me. So if you find value in reviews for video, for photo, tutorials, or anything like that, I urge you to subscribe. And guys, well, I will see you in the next one.